Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Musyafak. I want to answer the final exam in writing. For the first, criticism of the way study facial literary work, poetry, prose, and drama. In study functional literary works, several common approaches are used, but some have weakness if applied too rigidly. For the first rule, poetry. Yeah, this poetry traditional method often focus only on formal structure, rhythm, and stanzas, and literal interpretational, overlooking the symbolic meaning, emotional depth, and linguistic richness of poetry. This criticism, poetry should be not only as a written textbook text, but also as an aesthetic and emotional experience, contextual approach, historical, biographical, and reader response theories should be emphasized more. But this poetry, if the Titanic is non-fiction. Yeah, it's non-fiction. So this is after this I want to explain Titanic in poetry and prose and drama. And next, prose, we can say short stories or novel. Learning often centers mechanically on plot, characters, and setting, without exploring complex the narrative, perceptive, or text, or the text relationship to social reality. In criticism, interdisciplinary approach such as the sociology of literature, character psychology, or feminist criticism are needed to deepen understanding and make prose more relevant to life. And next, the drama. Drama is often read merely as a text without considering formative aspects. Yeah, about the acting, state, design, lighting, and like dialogue. Criticism drama should be studied as performative work, not just as static text. Observing live performance, analyzing characters through monologues, and exploring dramatic conflict should be more strongly emphasized. Okay, next, I want to explain from Titanic. Yeah, from Titanic. Based on from discussion and the literary analysis from the exam question. Yeah, the Titanic can be categorized and analyzed from two different perceptions. For the first, as a historical event, non-fiction. This is a non-fiction. This is an objective fact. The Titanic was a real ship that sank on a documented death and occasion. As a historical event, even it fall within the study of history, science, or journalism. The analysis focus on facts. This is facts. So, technical casus chronology, casualties, legal impact, such as the solace or safety of life at sea, confession, and this socioeconomic context of the Edwardian era. And next, as material and subject for literary or functional works. This is where the Titanic enter the realm of literary study, like in your exam question. And it's become raw material for functional theater across various genres. Yeah, for the first, but the first novel or story. Many novels use Titanic tragedy as backdrop or mind. The love story of Jack and Rose in James Cameron's film is essentially a visual novel, filmed with fictional characters are placed within an accurate historical setting. And next, this is drama or film. The film Titanic 1997 is a from modern drama. It has a plot, characters, conflict, and resolution design to evoke audience emotion, but also, even though it is again historical facts. Yeah. Next, poetry and songs. Many poems and songs, like The Titanic or My Heart Will Go On, where character as emotional response to the tragedy. Their work use poetically with metaphor and symbolism, ice, ocean, luxury versus it, to depict the event. Yeah, conclusion. The Titanic is a historical event that has transformed into modern mind and extremely powerful source of literary inspiration. In an introduction to literature class, the Titanic will be studied not as a list of facts about the ship sinking, but as a symbol, a setting, a universal example of intertextually, and then so to fully answer the question, who does the Titanic fall under? From this for me. The Titanic fall under the category of historical fact, that is popular representation and narrative, like in the film are form of fictional literature work use fact of their foundation. In related studies, we examine how those facts are transformed, framed, and interpret through the lens of art and narrative. This is a perfect example of how this story of the literature, because there is, about the from the facts, we can have about the inspiration to the final with prose or author. Yeah, next, the importance of studying, the important study of literature in education. A perspective from this is maybe my preference, from Titanic, my perspective. Studying literature, including work inspired by the Titanic, hold profound educational value. Well, yeah, there is for the first building empathy and multidimensional perspective to the characters in Titanic. Stories both real and factional studies and experience the feeling of order, fear, courage, sacrifice, and inequality. This train empathy and ability to see the world from different viewpoint. And next, teaching critical thinking about narrative. The Titanic demonstrates how a single event can be told in many versions, official story, Hollywood film, poetry, newspaper reports, study literature, teacher, student to question who is telling the story, for what purpose, what is being hidden or emphasized. This is a critical skill in information age. And next, connecting the literature with other discreteness, disciplinary, interdisciplinary approach. The Titanic is not just a instrumental tale. It's involved history, uh, the industrial era, sociology, class signification, technology, ship design, it is the evacuation and psychology, critical response. Literature becomes a bridge to understanding complex issue historically. Next, training in symbol and meaning analyze. In work about this Titanic symbolic the iceberg, yeah, in iceberg, the use and trade, the unsinkable ship, human hubris, and the stopped clock, the end of an era. Are rich with meaning. Studying literature trains the ability to form deep reading of symbols and metaphor. And next, developing cultural and historical awareness. Literative work about the Titanic capture fellow hopes, fear of early 20, 20th century, yeah, 20, 20 years past 20 into the society. By studying them, study understand how culture shape narrative and how narrative shape our collective memory. Enriching language and self-experience description of the Titanic in prose, dialogue in drama, or metaphor in poetry provide tangible example of the power language. Students learn persuasive, emotional, and reflexive ways of storytelling. This closing for me by using the Titanic or other as a case weekend. Literature is not merely entertainment or memorization. It is a tool interpreting human experience, experience, criticism, society, and understanding the complex of life. The approach to teaching literature must be dynamic, contextual, and open space from critical dialogue. Just just as we approach story of the Titanic between facts and fiction, between history and mystics or mythic, between collective grief and eternalizes. sorry, maybe my explanation is not good because this is my just just only my perspective and experience. Yeah, my experience in this in literature is not just only now, but just explain to little bit. Mm, sorry, I explain this my explain because my basic is not in literature or yeah, but the word in literature is different. Prose, drama, and other. This is what it's not my basic. My basic is only in speaking. Yeah, sorry if my explanation is not good. Yeah, it's only this. Maybe I think enough this my explanation. Uh, Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.